Good morning. So we were invited up here this morning to give a story of how the church is making an impact in our community. So I'm going to start with a couple years ago, 2 years ago-ish. We were just embarking on our Matthew 25 initiative, where we agreed to help eradicate poverty in our community. And I felt challenged, as we all heard at that time, to look outside our doors and see where poverty affects our neighbors. And so I thought, well, I looked around, where does poverty affect our neighbors? And I looked over at our local elementary school, North Wilkesboro Elementary. And I had never been in that building before, and I didn't really know a whole lot about it. But just felt like that was what I was meant to do, was reach out and make that kind of that cold call to the counselor at the school there and say, can we come and meet with you and just see if there's something that our church can do for you and with you in this community with these kids. And so Pastor Amanda and I just showed up at the door, and Alma Sosa was the delightful person who was there to meet with us and have that conversation. And what I remember saying was, okay, just imagine, I'm not making any promises, but if you had some funding and if you had some volunteers, what would you do with that? Can we have that conversation? So I'd just like to introduce you to Alma Sosa here, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about that story.
Hi, so my name is Alma Sosa. I am very honored to be here today with you guys. I see a lot of familiar faces, but I have actually, my academic journey began at this church probably 19 years ago. This used to be a Head Start, and I know I attended the upstairs portion, and just being back does bring back many memories to myself. But I am very honored to be here today representing North Wilkesboro Elementary School. I do want to begin by expressing my gratitude for this church for the unwavering support and generosity for the past 2 years. I began my professional career as a school counselor 2 years ago, and it was my first ever big girl job. So it was something that was very scary to me because I didn't really know what I got myself into being a counselor at North Wilkesboro Elementary School. Everywhere I would look, there would be fires that needed to be put out everywhere. And whenever Gretchen reached out to me through this church, it was such a sigh of relief. I can assure you that it was a blessing that in disguise. She said, what do you need from me? And I said, actually, I gave her a list of many things that we needed, and she has been able to be of much help. Our school serves a community that faces tremendous challenges, with many of our families struggling with poverty and all the overwhelming needs. In these difficult times, the assistance you guys have provided have been nothing short of a blessing. Each of you guys have been able to go on a calendar that Miss Gretchen has been able to organize for us, and we have been able to feed over 80 families weekly at our school. And just by getting those food bags, delivering them to our school, that saves us about 2 hours a week, 2 hours that day, where there is many things that can be done within that time. We are able to have our 5th grade students take a role as leaders in that school to unload the cars, to see new faces, to be able to learn how it is to take on that role of responsibility. Additionally, this act of kindness has made an incredible impact, offering relief and hope to so many in our community. This year, we also received an amazing gift. We received book bags filled with school supplies, for all of our students in need. Not only did each child who needed one receive it, but we also had some left over, which is a true testament to your generosity. On behalf of our school and families, I want to say thank you. Your kindness has touched lives and brought light to our community in ways words cannot fully express. We are forever grateful for your partnership and for your support.
So after that conversation, as you can see, fruit came from that. I turned back, I didn't do all of this, I turned back to our church family and I said, we need this and this and this. And what I heard was, yes, we can do that. And that this time that we have right here in our service is we listen to some beautiful music, but we think about why it is we give to this church. What is the purpose of our generosity? And so that was what our, talking about this community partnership that we formed as part of that. But as you listen and you sit in this time of quiet, this is our time to think, just for this week, what can you commit to? What will you be able to give? And of course, we want to welcome you. You can give a financial gift. If you're leaving out the church that way, there's a little white church in the back. There's plates up here in the front, and you can give a financial gift. You can mail it in. You can go to that QR code at the back of your bulletin if giving online is easier for you. We also just remember that there are many ways that we can give out of the gifts of who we are, maybe stepping out on a limb. So it could be just partnering with the things that we're already doing, making a bagged lunch, or reaching out to somebody with a phone call, or saying, I'm thinking of you. Maybe you've had your eyes on the community and there's a need that you see out there, and you can make that cold call this week. I don't know what it is, but I just invite you in this time to open your heart and to think about the ways that you can respond to God's love to you by spreading it in this community.